Hey, my name's Renee and I'm one of the leaders in Australia. And once again, thank you for the opportunity, Mike, for being able to chat to you guys. So I'm really excited about today's training. I'm going to be very mindful of time and try not to blabble too much, especially why this is not live because I get sidetracked so easily. I did get a lot of feedback and I've sort of taken that feedback and really honed in on some of the things that people wanted me to focus on. So it was really exciting. So please feel free, if you haven't watched one of my trainings, feel free to message me. I can send you the trainings I've done. I'm really sorry if I do double up on some of this stuff that some of the amazing other leaders have done as well. But my backstory is on those, so I won't double up every single time. Alrighty, so I wanted to start off today with, if you were here and if you were taking the time to watch the Transformation Tuesdays, then obviously you were taking your business seriously. So well done to you. First things first is everyone starts small and the dream is to work their way big. So we know that this is an amazing passive business for a lot of people, but let's face it, if this was passive for you, you probably wouldn't be tuning into the Transformation Tuesday. So super exciting for you. And I want to be one of the people that help you embrace and really work with yourself and your team to really build this the right way. And it's never too late to start. We've been doing this for about 6 months now, myself and my leaders. And we adapt and change all the time. We trial things, and if it doesn't work, we do something else. And we've been running a lot of leadership training lately. So I'm really excited to be able to implement some of this with you guys today in the Zoom. So first thing first is knowing your numbers. So no matter what type of business you have, it's imperative that you know your numbers. You need to know where you're at all times. Now, again, I don't care if you're 1 week in or you're 6 months in, you can start this at any stage. What you need to do is you need to be tracking every single cent that you spend with BFF. So every dollar that you put into BFF, you want to be tracking that. So every time you purchase a board. Now, I'm not usually a spreadsheet person. I've become more of a spreadsheet person. You can do this via spreadsheets, old-fashioned notebooks, and in your phones to save notes. It's literally what I read most of my stuff off, and I'm reading it off now. So in your phone or wherever you're recording, make sure every time you purchase a board, you put exactly how much you spent. And then every single time you get a payment, you go in there and you put how much the payment is. You want to know when you're in profit. You want to know when you're in a loss. You want to know when to back down on purchasing boards, when to jump in on purchasing boards. It's really important that you know your numbers. It's important that you do this and you on-train this to every single person you bring into the business. Credibility is a number one way to run a sustainable and a profitable business for yourself. Massively. And if you don't know your numbers, you're not going to be able to teach other people how that works. Okay. So what you need to do is every single time somebody does join your team, and obviously, well, there's been a lot of training shared about, how to get people on board. And I'm going to touch at the end of this and then moving forward on my next trainings on step-by-steps on how you can market your Facebook to get people on board. But the most important thing is once you're getting people on board, what are you going to do with them? Because what you do from the very beginning is super important. So every time somebody comes in, you should have, again, however you choose to record it, their name, the date that they start, and how much they spent with you, and their board numbers. As your list grows bigger, sometimes you can stop tracking their board numbers so closely and start, when you get up to them, you track them, but this will make more sense in a minute, I promise. So knowing your numbers and knowing their numbers. So when you do come up to somebody, and so for example, I have personally recruited, I think around the 80 something mark now. I actually didn't count that before I came in, I should have. And I have a spreadsheet. So I've got a sheet of, my spreadsheet has every single person I'm up to. So if you've brought somebody into the business and you're like, hey, my best mate Jessica, this is such a good opportunity, jump on, etc. And then they jump on and then you're like, cool. Now Tina, you should jump in, and Greg, you should jump in, and Brendan, you should jump in. And then all of a sudden you've got 5 or 6 people you've brought into this business, and where are they? What are they doing? Where are their boards? So you've brought them into this business and you've told them that they're going to quadruple their investment, but what are you actually doing about it to help them quadruple their investment? A good business always has accountability, and this is massive for me. So you're recording their names, and then so like I said, you start small and you can get to teams as big as what we're doing. It's so easy to do it. So to start off with, I have my own little chat, and I had my own little Facebook team page, and I had a Facebook opportunity page. Now, anybody within my team was allowed to add people into opportunity group. The team page was purely for the team members. The chat was purely for my team members. And we update really important things, Zooms, etc., in those things, in those chats. And then obviously training on the team pages. And then in the opportunity group, we go live, we do live Q&As, we run raffles, we put Mike's testimonials up there, we put the videos. I've got my own little YouTube clip that I've done that's not so, that's not like obviously read with a robotic voice. So some people tend to find that I understand that better. Other people like to see a person do it, all that sort of stuff. So you're thinking to yourself, like, I've only got one person. Do I need to do all of this? Yes, you do. Not necessarily the pages just yet, but yes, you need to track it, because 1 becomes 5, and then it becomes 10, then it becomes, oh my God, where am I up to? So you should have a little spreadsheet that's got Jessica started on the 2nd of January. She's on board 113 level 3. My focus is just to put everybody on 113 and push Jessica through. We then even have our own little tiles that we do for our team page, as well as sharing Mike's ones when they've cycled through as well. Again, people are seeing this when they're joining the opportunity group and they're going, oh, wow, this team's having so many people cycle through. I want to be a part of this. A massive part of sales, which essentially is what you're doing, is you're selling the opportunity to somebody. A massive part of that is Jones's theory. People don't want to miss out. Everyone else is doing it and making money. They want to be doing it and making money. And in sales, this is a massive one to be a part of. So you've got your little spreadsheet. Actually, probably should have quickly done a picture of mine, but you've got your little spreadsheet. And for example, I'm just going to read. So I've got, Ashley, she's next in line. She joined on the 16th of January and she's on row 2 of 260. So I've got to cycle that through. And what we do is we've got a leadership chat as well. So when you start to get other people that come in and they build their teams, you create a leadership chat with these people. So then we jump on and we go, hey guys, I've got 2 people I've got to get through on board 260. And then someone else, Rebecca, will go, actually, I've got 2 people on 260. If you want to fill the left-hand side, I'll fill the right-hand side. We'll work together. So that's working smarter with what you've already got. Yeah. So then when you're bringing new people into the business, they see that you've got all these things in place. So I tell my people, if they're saying I haven't cycled or I haven't whatever, I put it back on. I'm like, ask your leader, where are you in their cycle of getting their investment back? Now, you might have joined a week ago and they've got 20 people in front of you. That's fine. Okay. Just hold your horses for a minute. But as a leader, you should, as a bare minimum, start this for yourself so that as your business builds, you've got this good foundation in place. You've got other leaders that are working beside you. I'll reach out to Justinia and I'll be like, hey, oh my God, you've got 3 people on this board. I've got 4 people on this board. I've got to move it. Do you want to move it with me? Perfect. Let's put this in our vision and then let's get it up together. So then she's keeping her team to her side. I'm keeping my team to my side. It's just working smarter. So when you're popping people onto the board and you know that you're focusing on somebody and you've just got to get the board to split, make sure that you're saying, I want them on the left-hand side under Sally because I'm working on Sally, please. If the opportunity is there to think a bit smarter with everything that you're doing, and since we've adapted this in our team, our boards are flying through because we've got a better focus and we're cycling 2 or 3 people through at the same time because that board's we're picking someone on the 3rd row. And essentially that means we're having to cycle our person on the 2nd row and the 1st row at the same time. So when people get in their investment back, what do? They shout you out on your Facebook page. They shout it out maybe if you've got an opportunity group or a team group. They will put it places. They will then use their tiles to share it with their friends and family, which means they're bringing people in. So you have help with your boards all of a sudden because they've got the proof that they're asking for and that they need. So the great thing about that is you are then accountable. You are then seen as accountable for your business. So if you then start, when you should already be at this stage, marketing your BFF on your Facebook profile, you've got these posts from people that say what an amazing job you're doing. You've got, you might add someone, you might have connected on a Netflix channel group or whatever, and you guys start chatting and then you add each other as friends and then they look at your page and like, oh wow, Renee, I see that you're making money for these other people. How are you doing this? Can we chat about it? Absolutely. Jump into my DMs and let's have a chat. So you have this there, you have that accountability. And then when you're getting results and you're sharing results, you're then essentially getting more people involved. So then you're getting more results again. So it's just not trying to make the work so hard for you. It's everything that's right in front of you, but it all comes back to starting from the beginning. So what I did with my leaders is I did a leadership training inside of a group, our team page. And I just basically got everyone to strip back to the essentials. Step 1, I want you to go through and write down everybody's name that you ever recruited and what date they started. Then I want you to take the top 4 people and put them in a spreadsheet. Then I want you to find out what boards they're on, if they've got any boards in common with other people you need to get through their investment back. And then I want you to highlight that board and then share it into your team page. So I share into my team chat and I'm like, hey guys, I'm trying to get Claire up. She's on the 3rd row. So I need to get her investment back. I'm not going to stop until she's cycled all the way through. So if you're clever, you're going to hop underneath Claire and you're going to follow that cycle all the way up with me. Now, what does that do for you? A, it gets 1 extra spot, 1, 2, 3 extra spots sold for you that you wouldn't have been able to sell had you not shared that information with your team. And 2, it also gets other team members cycling through boards faster because they're like, right, well, I know Renee's got to get Claire to the top and she's on the 3rd row. So if I hop on this board underneath Claire, I'm basically taking this board right through to a split and I'm on top again, then I can fill it when I'm on top. So holding your teammates accountable and sharing your plans with them is going to make them want to work faster and harder for you and with you. Obviously, they're getting results quicker. They're bringing more people in. Again, we're cycling back around to the same thing. All right, so I'm just going to quickly read notes. So yeah, you want people talking about your business for you. So rather than you harping on all the time and posting going, this is so great, I made money for this person, or I've made money for me. If you can get your team to post on your page or tag you, do a post on their own page. So then they're marketing to their people, but also tag you so that your post goes onto their post goes onto your page. Make sure obviously you're only replying to the comments that are, your people. But then you are obviously working smarter, not harder there. And make sure the second that you bring people in, you share this method with them. I'm so excited that you've started. Jessica, whenever you're ready to bring people in, we've got an amazing system. Let me know. I actually do a 3-way chat with them the first 3 or 4 times I sign people up. We've got a script so everyone has the same information. We pop them directly into the waiting room in Australia because obviously it closes over there for you guys in the US compared to us. I mean, we're open different times. And then you want to say, oh, Jessica, I'm so excited. You're bringing your mate John in. That's great. What I need you to do is make sure that you record John's start date and then we now really focus, whether it's I help you or the next people you bring in, whatever it might be, that we really focus on cycling John's board through and really stick into what we've said. And usually they've put them on their own board, so that's a cycle for them as well. But again, it's teaching the people that you're bringing in that team atmosphere, that team environment, so that everybody's working together. And make sure that obviously, like I said, that if you already do have, a team of a lot of people, jump in a chat and just go, right, guys, who wants to smash this? Who wants to work this affiliate business with me? Let's set up, little chats for our teams and let's make a team page. Let's make an opportunity group. So it's the opportunity group that we have it's similar to, I guess, Mike's got the BFF Global group. So that's a proof group and it's, I guarantee, I recommend you put everybody into that group so that they can see the proof. But that's proof from a lot of people they don't know as well. People really feed off people that they do know. So having an opportunity group for your own people that only has your team and anybody they're interested in. We've got 1,000 people in that opportunity group now, and I've only got 300. Oh, actually, we've got about 400 people in our team. So there's about 600 potential people to sit in and watch him and joining into our raffles. They're jumping onto the Testimonial Thursdays. They're jumping in and they're seeing the cycle through tiles, the testimonials from the team, and they're just sitting patiently and they're watching. And then when a good promo jumps in, they're like, you know what, I'm ready. I've seen 20 other people in this group that I know post that they've been successful. I'm ready to do this. So don't be afraid of stepping outside, of taking the training that these people are giving you and making this business your own. That's what Mike, that's what Kim, that's what everyone's giving us. Kelly, one more. I'm so sorry. My brain is fried. 3 kids really does fry your brain. Jumping in and really working the business. They're giving you the tools to do it your way. And that's what I love about this. Everything's there to help you. And then you've obviously got the tools to do it your way as well. All right. So team up with these leaders, grow a chat with them, and share what you're doing together as well. And, have that venting space with each other. That's super important. I've got that with my main leaders, that venting space. We're like, Rob, we've hit a wall. We're not selling boards. What can we do? Should we do another Q&A in our opportunity group? Should I do one live on my page? Should I, you've got these people that you can bounce off so that you don't feel alone. So reach out, even if you're just small, and you go back to your original board and you reach out to the people that are on the board. Go, right, guys, we're all on this board together. What can we do to move it? There's loads of different things. There's two different types of people, and I think I'll say this in every training that I do. There's two different types of people. There's the people that say, I just don't have time. And then there's the people who make time. At the end of the day, they're two people. They're the exact same people. I'm talking, let's take two people that work 7 days a week and have 3 kids and go to 4 sporting events a week. Those two people, you're going to have one that's successful and does all of this outside business stuff as well as everything else. And then you're going to have the people that just don't have time. And that's okay. That's okay. But there's always time. Listen to the Testimonial Tuesdays when you're driving to work. Put on Mike's replay of the training while you're cooking dinner. And whatever you can do. If your leader's doing training for you in your groups, find a way to watch it and then communicate with them and get involved. The best way to make your business successful is just to get involved. It's just to ask questions and just to post and just to get involved. So of course, this then takes you back to how your Facebook looks. So if you're trying to expand your network, then you really need to make sure you've got a clean Facebook page to do it. A good way to expand your network is perhaps to share the opportunity into groups that you might have. So I put the opportunity into work from home groups, stay at home mum groups. I put them in community pages. I put the opportunity into lots of different things. And I have signed people up from these pages. But what do these people do? These people add me as a friend and then they scroll my page. And what do they see? They see positivity. They see sharing of the business. They see success stories. They also see me as a brand. Now, I won't tell you what my brand is. You can go onto my page and you should be able to figure out what my brand is all by yourself. But it's super important that you brand yourself. So think of something that you love, which I spoke about last time, and then start to brand your page. And you can have more than one brand. You could be a coffee drinking dog lover. You could be a single mama that loves dancing. You could be whatever you like, but post about it, talk about it, ask questions about it all the time. Get your network engaged. Get people commenting on your post. Think of interactive stuff, think of fun stuff, and keep it clean. Be Switzerland where you can. Try and stay away from the really big topics that are gonna pee people off. G-rated. So try and stick to that a little bit. A big one for us at the moment is Australia Day. You just can't do it. Like, if you're wanting to make your business a successful one, sometimes you need to be Switzerland. At the moment, there's this big hue and ha about, should we be celebrating Australia Day because it's when the invasions happened, et cetera, et cetera. Other people are like, we should because we're proud to be Australian, but they're not really seeing the other side of it. I tend to not comment either way because the last thing you want is attacking on your page. So try and think of smart, good ways to bring attention to your page and keep it clean. Keep your profile picture, as I said, just of yourself or you and your partner or you and your kids. But when someone looks at your page and they jump on for the first time, they're looking to see, who are you? Are you a scammer? Do you actually have success? Is it just you saying you have success, or is other people saying you have success? What are you about? What are you posting about? Are you positive? Are you negative? Are you jumping on there and bitching and complaining every 5 minutes? I swore, I'm sorry. That's the thing. So you just want to really keep to that. I think I've covered off everything I want to. Yes, okay. And then just takes me to the power of posting. So I have had the pleasure of quite a few people messaging me from the global page and saying, I don't know how you do it. How are you so successful? I've tried and I'm just not getting anywhere. I've told my friends, I've told my family, nobody wants to join till they've seen me cycle through. You're wrong. And 9 times out of 10, I hop onto those people's pages. And do you know what I see? Nothing about BFF. So if you were running a successful business, you'd be talking about it. Now, not every single post, but every now and then you'll do a story, which, you pop up there and it's like, you're at the park with the kids on the day off. Thanks, BFF, for giving me this extra income to stay home with my kids. You're out to dinner with friends. Thanks, BFF, for, the extra income to go out to dinner with my friends. You just plant these little seeds here and there. And if you haven't gotten success yet, if you haven't made money yet, it will happen. I'm basing this off the 125 boards. We're sitting around a 4 to 4.5 month turnaround on, people joining and cycling through a board, roughly. So the more boards you've got, the more they're cycling through, of course. But let's just say one person joins and buys one board only. It's taken me personally around 4.5 months to cycle these people through. Now, I can't do it on my own. So that's where it comes back to you relying on your team and really breaking your team down and yourself and holding yourself accountable. So you've got to now sit here and go, do I want to run this as an affiliate business? You're here, so I'm assuming you do. Or do I just want to run this as a passive business? And if you want to run this as a passive business, that's you're entitled to do that. Please don't hound your leaders. They're doing the best that they can. But please do ask them, have you got my start date written down? What are you doing to help me cycle through? And work your way up until you find a leader that's willing to work with you. And then, like I said, join your boards together, join your chats together, and just figure out a way to work this together. You can come up with problems, but be a solutions person. And you're watching these videos, you're watching these trainings. That is amazing. If someone resonates with you, some of the stuff that Kelly Clayton Bud says, I'm just like, wow, that's so, it's a different way of thinking sometimes. Kim Pitton comes up with amazing things. Mike will say some things on the training. I was like, oh, you never really thought of things that way. My leaders come to me and they tell me things. I'm like, why haven't we thought about that? Let's try it. Just take as many things as you can on board and then go, this is the type of person and leader I want to do with this business. And, the passive side of things is great. It's good money, but the affiliate side of this business is phenomenal. And that's how, you see people like Kim Pitton and that posting stuff up that it's that they're at the 40K, they're at the 50K mark in, the 10K mark a month roughly, because they work in the affiliate side of the business. They know their numbers, they know their people, they're holding themselves accountable, and they're continually sharing. And if you do all of those things whilst presenting yourself in a marketable way, you'll be phenomenal at this business. Thank you so much. Again, my inbox is always open. I am always keen to hear what kind of training you'd like to do and to hear from. I think next time I come on, I'm going to focus more on the mum brain again, the breaking down of what the different types of things that you can post and all that sort of stuff. So the more marketing side of things. But I just really wanted to, before we you take on a lot of the marketing side of things, I want you to have your business in place. I want you to have your strategies and your procedures and your teams and everything in place, so that when this starts to work, everything just works for you along the way. Thanks again, Mike and the girls, for everything that you guys do on here. And I will see you all again on the Transformation Tuesday soon. Bye.